What is popping, my fellow students of life? It is currently 10:20 p.m. and I am really excited because I am going to bed. Yes, sleep tight, take care. I'll see you tomorrow.
So I'm referring to the specific music blogging content. When we take a look at these vlogs, notice how a lot of these vlogs are already from somewhat accomplished musicians. A day in the life of a musician. So what I am missing when it comes to musicians vlogging is going way back before that. Way back before the accomplishments. From the very idea of I want to be a musician.
Alright, good morning. It is 6:05 and another day which the Lord hath made, another opportunity. I am about to get out of bed, grab a cup of coffee and then practice for 3 hours on my lovely piano. Then I'll go get some breakfast and continue practicing half an hour of guitar, half an hour of saxophone, which is what I would usually do. This would be my routine, so to speak, when I do not have to go to work early. Then I have a vlog to finish up and hopefully I got just a bit of time left to either listen to music or write some music. And then I will spend the remaining 9 hours of this day at my day job, just earning money. Yeah. Alright, we are all set. It's 6:30. I've got all of my essentials ready, which is water, coffee and lotion because of my dry existence. I also use my computer currently, and this is due to Corona and all my lessons being online, so I just get sent my sheet music to my Gmail, and since I do not have a printer, have to use the computer. Keyboard is ready, running through these gorgeous speakers. Yeah, if you're wondering if I feel awake and focused this early, I definitely do not. But my first 25 minutes on the piano is spent practicing the modes. Scales is just scales, and during that process I'm kind of waking up and my focus intensifies. So nothing more to add, except that I like to practice in silence. I have either heard or read this quote of working in silence, and to me that means no filming when I practice my 3 hours, because I want my 3 hours to be solely about me and about my own improvement, and having a camera at your face is kind of distracting, to be honest. So yeah, I will practice for 3 hours and then I will return, hopefully a bit more awake and a bit more alive. Great, let's do it. It is 10 o'clock and I just finished 3 hours of piano practice. Nothing exceptional happened, but I put in the work and Now it's time for breakfast. Let's talk about another book, shall we? In fact, let's talk about this book, Make Your Bed by William McRaven. Little things that can change your life and maybe the world. It's a very quick read, as you can see, but I'm just going to walk you through the first 2 pages of this book. Chapter 1. Start your day with a task completed, and if you want to change the world, start off by making your bed. That's kind of the book in a nutshell. At least that's what I want to touch on today. Ever since reading this book, I have been an advocate of not necessarily making my bed, but at least the concept of having very small victories in the morning. Now, me practicing for 3 hours in the morning is of course not something I consider a small victory. In fact, this is a huge victory to me to be able to do that. And the reason why I'm able to do that is simply because of using this concept throughout the years and having these small victories each morning to just build that morning resilience. And I like to make clear, just as the title suggests, that your small victories does not need to have any relation to your goals or your dreams or whatever. The idea behind this is that if you can't even make your bed in the morning, there's no way you're going to practice for 3 hours in the morning. But as stated before, your morning victory does not have to be making your bed. It could also be taking out the trash or emptying the dishwasher. At least that's going to be my small victories for this morning before I continue practicing the guitar and the saxophone. It is now 12:20 and I'm clocking in at my day job in 40 minutes, so I have to get going. That's all I managed to do for today, because I'm getting off at 10 p.m, which is usually my bedtime. So yeah, I'm not going to get anything more done today. Good morning, it is 8:15 and no, I did not oversleep. When I have these late shifts where I get off at 10, I allow myself to get up at 8 so I can still sleep my 8 hours. That does mean, however, that I have less hours to work with today, and I already have to get to work again at 11 until 5:45. So 3 hours of piano practice is just really not going to happen today, unfortunately. But at least I could get in 2 hours, I guess. So that's how it is. That's what I'm going to do. Now I'll grab a cup of coffee and get going. That concludes 1.5 hours of piano practice. I really wanted to keep going, but unfortunately I can't, because it's 10:15 and I'm clocking in at my day job at 11. I have, of course, made my bed as a small victory for today. And also I am going to bring these bad boys to the basement, because it's nice to return home when it's all tidy. So yeah, I've got to go. Good morning. Yesterday I got home at 7 p.m. I had a half an hour phone call with my parents, and then I went for a walk with a friend, and that was the rest of the day. Now it's 6:30 a.m. in the morning. This new lovely day. I have to get up and practice, and then I have to be at work at 11 a.m. and the following 11 hours. Yeah, but I do have control until 11, or at least until 10:15 when I have to go. So let's practice. It is midnight 11 hours of work completed, energy levels depleted, and I am off to bed. I will see you tomorrow. It is 10 a.m. and my day got off to a very slow start. It took me 45 minutes just to get out of bed, and I have yet to practice anything, but at least I've had a shower and I've had breakfast and a cup of coffee as well. I just find it really hard to be compliant to my systems when I have these long, uninspiring days at work. They're just not engaging, and I just return home feeling that I've got nothing out of the day, and then I'm having a tough time going to bed because I just want to do something, get a bit of stimulation in my brain. So I end up just watching YouTube videos or whatever, even though I shouldn't. And I get way too late to bed, rise way too late, begin my day way too late. The system kind of crumbles. That's how it is. Going to pick it up from here. The system otherwise works when my shifts are not 11 hours or 9 hours or 10 hours. My system does work. It's just that it's hard to stick to a system which is based around you having enough time to enjoy other things alongside music. And if you take that away, the days get trivial. At 12 o'clock I have my lesson with my teacher, and I'm looking forward to it, although I'm already nervous because I really don't feel like I have improved a lot or not even practiced enough. But anyway, he likely has something clever to say anyway. It is 9 p.m. and it's time to shut down all of my shiny screens. But before that, I just wanted to check in with you guys and tell you that it has been a lovely day. So nice to finally have a day off. The lesson went well. I was nervous. I kept freezing, freezing. I'm quite surprised my teacher can't hear it in my voice that I'm just internally shaking. Yeah, it has been a great day. It was so nice. I got around to making more vlog related stuff. I made some more music related stuff and just had some downtime. It was great. I'm about to read a book for the next half an hour, the book about the brains from the previous vlog. Then tomorrow I have a 10-hour shift. Yeah, 10-hour shift. So get up early, get in my 3 hours of practice, go to work for 10 hours, go home, be tired, go to bed, and then I have the weekend off, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, to make all kinds of amazing stuff. And amazing stuff is of course music in my case. I'm just so looking forward to it. Last shift of the week. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a lovely night. Good morning. It is 6:30 and I'm sitting here kind of annoyed that I'm so bad at getting out of bed. This tends to happen during cold times I just, after turning off my alarm, I just crawled back to bed because it's so freezing cold. And then I fall asleep again for like half an hour, and then I wake up and now we're here. It's not the worst that could happen, of course, but I'd rather just get up at 6. That's when the alarm goes off anyway. You know the drill by now. I'll go grab a cup of coffee, get some water, turn on the piano and practice. I have to go to work or be at work at 11 till 9 p.m. So great 10 hours right there. Let's just try to get a bit excited. Yeah. Good. That was a surprisingly great practice session. I almost felt like I was playing music at times. It ended up being 2.5 hours of practice. So I really could have used that half an hour I slept away in the morning. Nevertheless, time to go to work. It is raining a lot outside. I'm not really feeling like it. I'd rather just stay home, practice the finishing half an hour of piano, turn to the saxophone, practice for half an hour, turn to the guitar, practice for half an hour, create some music, make more of the talking, the reflection, this kind of stuff. But whatever. Let's go to work, and then I've got the weekend off. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Fantastic.
It is 9:15. I'm heading home after 10 hours of work, and apparently the battery of my bicycle lights has run dry. So now I'm walking 50 minutes. Very nice indeed.
Good morning. It is 9:45 and I got up at 8 due to my very late bedtime yesterday. I woke up with this feeling that I needed a slow morning, and a slow morning meaning that I'm breaking the system and breaking my routines, and instead of practicing for 3 hours just as I got up, took a shower, made breakfast, made coffee, just slow morning. I have the entire day to do everything I have to do, which is lovely. I just think the amount of work took a toll on me this time around. And then I opened up my Gmail, because everyone wants to do that on a slow morning. Or rather, I had not been looking at my Gmail for like 2 weeks. And I had gotten a message from my piano teacher, who had forwarded a message from someone teaching singing lessons, and they needed someone to make accompaniment tracks or backing tracks for the ones taking lessons in singing. And then I felt that pressure mounting again, the pressure I was trying to get off by having a slow morning. This is why you should never open up social media. Well, I felt this pressure because at this point I feel like I should take each and every opportunity there is to improve, to show that I want to do this. I guess it just hit me that even after all of these years of practice, I have yet to comp for a singer. I have played with a singer, like in a band constellation, but solely me comping for a singer, I have never done that. And that just hits me right in the feels, because I feel like I should be able to do this by now. And the fact that I got this email from my teacher, it kind of suggests that he also thinks I can do that and should do that. And so I feel the urge to not necessarily prove my teacher that I can do it, but prove to myself that this is a task I could take on and a task I could complete. But I have so many other things I want to do rather than recording a backing track for a singer. Another thing which really bothers me, and has bothered me for a long time, is that I have made another looping arrangement, so for one of my looping videos, and that arrangement has been finished for about 2 weeks, and I just haven't found the time to execute it, to actually perform it, and it just bothers me a lot. It really does. I mean, it takes such a long time to do because it's really hard to do, which is kind of the beauty of it. But just the fact that I have not found a time where I can do this, it really just bothers me a lot. In my head, I feel like 2 weeks should never pass without me having made some serious progress on a project. But it just feels like each month is like 2 weeks long at max, maybe 1.5. I feel like I just work a lot to sustain myself. Alright, it is 11 a.m. and I've had my 3 hours of slow morning where I've done basically nothing except answering a bunch of YouTube comments, and thank you so much for the support. I'm quite overwhelmed, to be honest. But now it's time to turn on this bad boy over here, bring my practice essentials and get to work. The work that I like to do, not the day job kind of work. This piano work is what I like to do. So yeah, bring it. That concludes 3 hours of piano practice, half an hour of saxophone practice and half an hour of guitar practice. When I was on top of my system, I finished practicing by lunch. Right now it's 1:30 p.m, so a bit later, but I have already eaten. Then usually I would do 1 hour of vlog making, either scripting or filming, and then 1 hour of music making. And that would be the fixed schedule for the day. For the rest of the day, or at least until 7 p.m, I would continue working on whatever project I felt like, or exercising, or visiting friends, or whatever felt important to me for the rest of the day. By 7 p.m, I would not be allowed to work. I would not be allowed to touch any instrument. I would not be allowed to exercise. I would be allowed to visit friends though, but otherwise I would have to force myself to relax instead, and maybe read a good book or talk to my flatmates, something along those lines. It is 9:30 and it has been a lovely day. I didn't get to do like all of the things I wanted today. It wasn't that much of a productive day due to the late starts, but I still feel like I managed to do some things which made sense today. I was hoping that I could begin practicing the loop performance, but that would require me to set up everything behind me and raise the pianos a bit so I can stand up. But really it didn't make sense to do that so late because I have to lower everything tomorrow morning when I have to practice for 3 hours in the morning. I'm definitely not confident in my ability to pull it off tomorrow, like performing the song tomorrow. But I'm hoping to make some progress and at least get to practice it for once. So nice to have a day off just doing creative things. I will see you tomorrow. It is 7:20 a.m. I have been awake since 6, but it took me about an hour to get out of bed. I was just lying there thinking. It felt like, or as if I was calibrating. I just needed some time to think. I thought about the conservatory, about this YouTube channel, about the email from yesterday, and about conversations I've had. I really don't like my mornings to be a place where or a time where I think. I like my mornings to be a time of action, to do something, to work, and then in the evening when I get tired I can retreat back and think about stuff. And usually I block out times to just stare into a wall and grab thoughts as they drive by, but I haven't done that lately. Instead, I have been watching League of Legends professional games, and League of Legends is a PC game I used to play. So I've been kind of neglecting that part for the past week. And I'm not sure why I've done that, because it's really not that exciting. Maybe it comes down to the thought of not having these trivial days where I just practice and work and practice and work, but then I can like practice, work, watch games or whatever. I'm not sure. But as mentioned, I spent a lot of this morning just thinking about the conservatory and how I will never have the final say in whether or not I get accepted into conservatory. But I can practice, and that definitely should have an impact on the outcome. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna put in my 3 hours, get breakfast, practice the saxophone, practice the guitar, and then continue to set up for the looping performance.
It is 7:45 and I am toast. I've been going at it non-stop for 4 hours. I've made great progress, but it keeps surprising me how difficult it is to pull off. Again, 7 p.m. is where I get off, where my free time begins, and where I'm not allowed to play music. So instead I'll just relax, eat some food, and read a good book. That's it for today. Great day. Great progress.
And we are back at Sunday. This has been an entire week in my life. A very typical week. Boring at times, yes, but the system and routines really helped me propel forward. And over time, you will find that getting better at something, it really isn't that boring. Behind me is a huge mess from yesterday, and I'm just going to pick up where I left off and practice the performance. And hopefully I can get the hang of it and get this video onto YouTube. Yes, I hope so. That would be amazing. I would be proud. I would. Bring it to my knees and watch me falter. Oh, this is dance for murder. Can only dream, can